Hello, Joshua Collin here. Thought I'd do a quick update on the diesel generator. Got it that far. Got the injection line, got it primed. It does run. I used my little power supply to do the solenoid, then the battery to do the starter. It runs. Sounds like a diesel. What do you expect? Also, I've been working on the control panel. I just ended up using the screws that came with the outlets, and you might think they should be going from the other way. I simply do not care. They're in there. I have them poking from the back, and I'm cutting just the studs off using a brute force method, using a pair of side cutters, then a pair of pliers to break them off, and I'm calling it good. I might touch it up with some sandpaper. I might go back in there later and put proper bolts, but I just want this thing back together so I can move on to my next project. I was going to put the back panel on and all that, but I realized, oh shoot, I gotta wire the panel, get that fed to there. This is what I ended up coming up with for the back. Is I made an extra one of these, so I just modified it to this and just used plenty of this Sure tape to tape it all around, and I'm gonna call it good. It's not a space shuttle. It's a Chinese diesel generator that I'm taking care of the mouse nest in. I figured I was gonna paint this piece, but I figured, screw it. I just made sure I scraped it good and called it good at that. That plate I can make easy. It's just has two vertical sections, and yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'll bring you back when I get something else done. I'm back. Thought I'd do a quick update. All the wiring's in place and the back panel's on. So it's almost 10 o'clock already. Now I can wheel it around without having to lift up the rear end. The brown wire, I was trying to figure out where it went. I just plugged it in where it was a little bit marred up on the inside, and so yep. So I also put this back panel on. I taped around this seam on that side. So on to the next thing is putting the fuel tank back into there. So that way I can get the fuel system plumbed in, get fresh fuel into near the pump, then hopefully, I'm not going to start it tonight, but I'll probably do it tomorrow sometime. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm back. It is 12:21 on a Sunday a.m. and it's done. I've been fighting for the last half hour, 45 minutes with all the bolts. Had to take a carbide bit to the steel because holes aren't lining up, or you know what do you expect for a Chinese generator. But all the bolts are in, everything's in. So tomorrow is going to be the test run of all my hard work. With the Harbor Freight charger, I have one of the ones that mount directly to the battery, and I just currently have it just running out the oil drain, just so I can keep it on charge overnight. Doesn't really need it, but I figured why not. So that way I can maintain the battery during the winter just by bringing it down here. So yep. So be fun to try it out tomorrow. So I'll be right back for that. I'm back. Got everything set up. I got three 1500 watt heaters. Let's see if this thing will start. I did run it a little bit yesterday just to see if it ran. So this is it fully put back together, full tank of diesel fuel. So let's see. Probably a little later in the line. I'll be right back. I'm back. I have it on a battery charger. I have access to the decomp lever. So let's try this again. Okay, now I got I'll be right back. I'm back. What ended up happening is the starter trigger wire came loose from the starter. It's a cheap Chinese crimp, so I just had to squish it and make it tighter. Let's try this again. I think the crimp for the low oil pressure is also loose. I love Chinese crimps. Well, looks like I'll have to worry about that later. Access to it. I think for now, I want to see if it will start and so knowing this thing is mechanically injected, I can just bypass the oil shutdown monstrosity. This goes. Of course, having a loose, yeah, I probably forgot to tighten it down, but yeah, I'll have to pull this pigtail out or bring it up there just to crimp on, or bring it down here actually, because yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but that terminal broke. Well, let's see if this thing will start this time. Oh, better. Here you see me putting the covers back on and buttoning the case up after I got it to run on its own and at the governor set speed of 3600 RPM. This was about a 20-minute long section of me putting everything back together and connecting the loads. I ended up having an issue with the power distribution box where I overloaded it. Let me explain what's going on. I was pulling 4,500 watts off the generator through the 3 electric heaters. I had to run a battery charger because this, I don't know why, but it has absolutely no charging on it. So that's one thing I'll have to figure out before the harvest show, or just keep running a battery charger on it. I was pulling 3,000 watts off that. That breaker tripped, so I had to put put that on there, and it was pulling 1500 watts, and then the battery charger, no problem. It ran beautifully. There was probably air in the bubble, air in the line. That's why it was a pain to start. So otherwise, it runs. It makes power. It held 4,500 watts beautifully. Of course, it is rated to 5,000 watt on the other side. It is a little bit noisy, but what do you expect? I did try with that muffler. Made it slightly better, but if a lot of it's just mechanical noise. So yeah, the new outlets work beautifully. I haven't tried the 120 240. Probably not going to try for a bit, but I still got to figure out the charging issue. My guess it is the voltage regulator. That could be bad, but it's cold, it's windy. I'm starting to get a little cold, and I will deal with it next time. So yeah, there are 2 different charging systems on this generator. Now I have a feeling that voltage regulator could be bad. I'll do some troubleshooting and yeah. So I'll speed up what you saw, just so you're not sitting through 20 minutes worth of me monkeying around with the generator. So thought I'd do a quick wrap up. Yeah, I think I definitely need a little bit bigger muffler, but so yeah, it was 84 degrees and humid yesterday. Now it's 40 degrees and windy today. So yep. Thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.